Hey, good morning everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Chicago here. We're at Cleveland and Fullerton. You see there's Clark and Fullerton off in the distance there. We got January the 21st, 2026. It's not too bad. A little wind. We got 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Which is a few degrees below 0 Celsius. We'll just head on into work here. A little warmer than yesterday so far. Maybe we'll get up to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Not too bad. It'll probably be the warmest day of the week. The temperature's supposed to dip back down by Friday. I don't know about that polar plunge on Saturday. I don't know if I can motivate myself on a Saturday to go back down there. Watch people go in that freezing cold water. We did it past few years. But hey, Jessica, how you doing there? Denise, good morning. Yeah. Hey, the twin sisters are looking nice there. Look at this housing. Cleveland Street's a good way to start your day. Thanks for being up early, up late here. Chicago, Illinois, that's where we're at. Heading to work here on a Wednesday, January the 21st. Time's flying. Hey, maybe there's a little light snow falling. Little tiny flakes hit me in the nose. Just enough to, I don't think it's gonna amount to anything. There might be more flurries later tonight. Yeah, good morning. How you doing there? Loki, Prince, call me fat, Jesus. GMJ, official carrier Eric, how you doing there? When Gold Newman, good morning. You're up early. Hey, thanks for tuning in there. CJ's mom, thanks for tuning in there. Rita Suburban Garden, yeah. There, you know where we're at, Cleveland Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago, heading to work. Yeah, getting a little snow flurries. See if this continues. I can handle this. I can handle 28 degrees. It's much better than 6. I think I'm going to work from home on Friday. It'll cut me some slack. So what else is going on? Let's see. All the sports are done. All the football. Well, I know there's still NFL games, but I'm not going to be into it that the Bears are out. We're at Belden and Cleveland Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Nice apartment buildings here. Yeah, they got the fountain all covered up. Saran wrapped the fountain. Clark Street's that way. We're at the snowy covered streets here, Chicago, Illinois. Thanks for tuning in. Heading to work here on a Wednesday. Hit the thumbs up there if you like this. Just walking and talking. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for, yeah, Chicago in wintertime. A lot of people do get out of town. I don't blame them. Go down to Florida for the winter, or to Texas, or wherever they go. Hawaii. Yeah, it's a mentality, I know. It's just, there's beauty even in wintertime. Look at that nice light there. Changing of the seasons. Winter does get old and long though, but it's good to take trips. Get out of it for a while if you can. Mojave Desert there, D. Michael, how you doing there? Lambie T, hey, John. Snowbirds, you got it. Yeah, all the snowbirds. Hey, thanks for being up early, everybody. Missing anybody, Jenny? Yeah. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Yeah, you guys are up really early out west. Man, it's 6:39 in the AM. We got, you guys are like 5:39, 4:39. Yeah, a lot of times people in California, they're still up from the night before. They're watching Duran. They're up all night in LA. Watching Major Hustler in Seattle. He goes all night. Sometimes when I get up at 6:30, he's still for 4:30 the night before. He hasn't even gone to bed yet. It's overlap. Here we're on Cleveland Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. 20 degrees or 28 degrees. 28. It's not too bad Fahrenheit. Just a little below 0 Celsius. 5 below. I was like, what is this store? 5 below. Do they sell refrigerators? Freezers? What is it? I couldn't figure it out. I guess I'm the wrong demographic. Here's, what is this, Armitage? No, this is Webster. We're only to Webster. Webster and Cleveland Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Yeah, it's a high graphic video game. Yeah, that's good. 37 degrees. That's pretty cold there. The Mojave Desert. Yeah, white gold Texas tea. Yeah, check it out there. Yeah, you get this nice housing. It's, you know, these townhomes. That's what makes this charming but expensive residential district north of the downtown here. Hey, they cleared the cars off the street. Maybe they're doing street clean. I think they were working on the pipes. They were working on the storm sewers. Oh, the Blackhawks came to North Carolina. Wow, Thursday, tomorrow. So, hey, the Blackhawks are coming to play the Hurricanes there. Or no, Carolina. Yeah. Yeah, I need to. Taze, Taze, he was back in Chicago, but he's not for the Blackhawks. I know he's Chicago Blackhawks fans remember him. He played earlier in the week here in Chicago. But yeah, he's going to North Carolina. That's good. Yeah, crazy wintertime weather all over. Yeah. SATH. How you doing there, Krista? Lambie? It's been getting cold. It's been getting cold. Yeah, we'll go past this 6-way intersection. We always end up here. Or the other one. Across Lincoln Way here. Kind of in zombie mode this morning. Just cruise in. We'll do a silent this Jim and I walk. There's the bike rider. Yeah, the Carnival grocery store. Yeah, across the Gemini here. Dickens got the bike paths. Yeah, there's some snow, light snow falling here in Chicago. 28 degrees. We got the light across Lincoln here. Yeah, Danucci's. Nice building here. All these are nice buildings. Look at that. Cleveland Street. Playing dominoes at the clubhouse. There you go. Good morning there, East Lansing. Chris Schultz. Yeah, you got the heat there. Papa's got the heat. Mr. J's. Yeah, see, positive and negatives, everything. It's good to have seasons. We get a taste of the hot in the summertime. We get the cold in the winter. The extremes. But fall's pretty nice. I like fall in this area of the world. These trees. Chicago's so flat. That's what makes it easy to walk. You realize when you go to other places, you're like, man, they got hills. Everything's so flat. height. Canada's tuning in there. PayPal. Yeah, where do you want me to park? Sunset in India. Hey, Seth, thanks for tuning in from India. It's good. Yeah, Montana's tuning in. Hey, that's great. Thanks everybody for checking out Chicago. Yeah, we got 28 degrees. We got 6:45 in the a.m. This is my morning walk to work here. We just take different routes. Yesterday we caught they were cutting down the trunk of the giant Norwegian spruce Christmas tree that was at Millennium Park. We got some footage of that. I was just happened to be walking by. I knew they were going to take it down. And they cut it down like, I guess it was too hard to get out of that stand. So they just cut it down like they were sawing it down from the forest. Yeah, see the snow's coming down. We're crossing Armitage here at Cleveland Street. You see how the traffic's moving fine. Just got a little blowing snow, that's it. Yeah, good morning there, James and Riz. Andrew, Boston, yeah. Working for the night shift. Aisha. Yeah. Yeah, you're heading into the evening time. It's dark. Yeah, the sun's setting. The sun's rising over here. Behind the clouds. Cloudy cloud cover. 5 degrees upstate New York. Yeah. Yeah, you got the cold. See, you got the bitter cold now. It's what we had earlier. It's a little relief coming. Hopefully, we're up to 28 degrees, but it's supposed to dip back down to 5. We'll have the 0-degree temperature on Friday. Prepare for that. Today's the day to get out and about. If you're worried about the cold, go get your groceries done for the week. If you can. Probably work from home. Maybe starting tomorrow. We'll see. But hey, we're heading down to the office here. Yeah, 2 degrees. You're even colder. Other side of the world, Papa Smoke. How you doing? Yeah, isn't it amazing how this works? Just got dark. Yeah, see, sunrise, sunset. Happens a lot of times. The same sun. Snowy bird bath, Cleveland Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. We're down by Wisconsin Street. I hear that little tinkling. I don't know if you can hear it. That's the little icy snowflakes tinkling, hitting everything. Make you scrape your car. Yeah, Shauna, good morning. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in here. What I missed, I guess Ernie was streaming yesterday. I missed that. Ken's was streaming. That's good. I think she was down by the loop. That's good. Yeah, I saw Ernie was by the Riverwalk. He was other places. There, Wisconsin Street, Cleveland Street. It's really quiet this morning. Yeah, I got. Oh, I'm sure. My ideal, the ideal setup I would like if I had unlimited resources and money was no object. As I retire, yeah. I don't know if I would do the whole winter, but I would like to have some place for at least like 2 months to get out of the winter, like January and February, like visit my sister in Houston for Christmas, and then for like January and February, just like rent a cabin or something with palm trees. Yeah, someplace with palm trees, and then come back in March for just in time for St. Patrick's Day. And yeah, it's still cold, but you can handle the March, April. Much different than this winter right here in January. usually. And sometimes you still get snows in April, so you still get to experience the winter in April in Chicago, which is where we're at here in Cleveland Street, Lincoln Park, Chicago. Mojave, yeah, come to Mojave Desert. We'll go to 29 Palms there. We'll hang out at Coachella. We'll go to Joshua Tree Park there, Palm Springs. Or no, is that what it's called? Go to California and sing that Led Zeppelin song. You want to send stuff? Yeah, thanks for supporting. Yeah, no need, just to hit the thumbs up, say you like this content, double tap the screen. You know, it's the same game as, I'm not into the gamification of live streaming. One of the things I miss the least from TikTok is the constant little things flashing across the screen, and if you miss it, you feel guilty because you should give a shout out to everybody. So you're always looking to catch the name of the person. People give gifts, I miss it. You know, you can subscribe, whatever. There's ways, just like PBS, I'm not going to do pledge drives. It's just walking to work. The creator funds are laughable. The AI generated content has ruined it all. There's been flooded with, you'll probably see, like, there's all these videos going around of the giant snowfall in some city in Russia where it's like, 100 feet of snow, and they carve these paths. It's all AI, or AI embellished. Maybe some of it is real and they just embellished it. They do get a lot of snow in some of those areas, but they're not walking down 100-foot canyons of snow. If the walls would collapse, you'd be trapped under that snow like an avalanche. You wouldn't want to risk that. But it makes cool AI content. So then all the creator funds, they don't want to pay out because they're like, people are gaming the system. It's like mining Bitcoin, just with eyes on the screen. Here, look, yeah, the snow's coming down. So hey, this is nice. So here's welcome to Chicago. Here we're by the Midwest Buddhist Center. It's right here, Menominee and Hudson Street. And then on the left here is the Schmidt-Scary building, this timbered German-like, used to be a butcher shop. And Ogden Avenue used to run through at an angle. If you're into 1920s Prohibition era gangland Chicago violence, the Genna brothers were gunned down here in like 1926. This was their territory, and they fought Dino Banyan and Jaime Weiss and Bugs Moran's Northside gang because they were briefly allied with Al Capone when he was trying to take over the Northside gangs. And they met their end here, the Genna brothers. And but this was before the Midwest Buddhist temple was built here. They built this after they removed the Ogden Avenue. You see St. Michael's Church in the background. So here, welcome to Lincoln Park, Menominee and Hudson. And then if we swing around here, there's the Schmidt-Scary building, just like a postcard. Look at that. That was there since like early 1900-something. Hudson Street, this residential. They added this park, this little chest building. But they got Zen gardens on either side. Isn't that nice with the snow coming down? Chicago, Illinois, 20 degrees. 28 degrees. -2 Celsius. Yeah, is that nice? Al Capone, yeah, Al Capone. Welcome to Chicago. Yeah, it's still probably the most infamous Chicagoan, for good or for bad. There, let's head down here. We'll check out the flags. They got all the flags in this street alley. There's St. Michael's, steeple for St. Michael's. Here's a daycare, I guess. Very quiet streets here. Hey, what's shaking here? Happy Wednesday, January the 20th. I got to clear off the screen here. I think I'm getting moisture on my lens here. Hold on. There's that better. Yeah, look at that. Cleared it up. Yeah, if those buildings could talk, you got it right. These streets and walls and buildings could talk. Old town. Yeah, you see how some of these buildings face here, and then they got the garages, and they build above the garages to face the mid-block. See Hudson Street's over there. This is even between Hudson. Hudson's in between Cleveland and Sedgwick, and Fern Court here and Willow. Fern Court is what we're on. Is in between Hudson and Sedgwick. A quarter block. You got the garages right off the back. I like how they got the flags. They got the flags going through here. Here we just walk up the sidewalk here. Yeah, look at the flags waving here. All the sports flags. I get the window boxes here, Frankfurt. Yeah, Michael. Pretty buildings. Here comes the car here. I gotta get off the street. Hey, the car's pulling to the side here, so lots of activity early this morning. Hey, I like the snow here. Snow's coming down. All we are is dust in the wind. Yeah, the big bad city here, Chicago. In wintertime. There, we're down to Eugenie Street, Fern Court. We'll cross over to Sedgwick. What time we got here? 6:57. So if we cross here, this is Eugenie Street. There's St. Michael's Church. Here's where the telephone guy lived here. Historic plaque here. Joseph O'Connell, Joseph J. O'Connell, associated with Alexander Graham Bell and Marconi, early pioneers in telecommunications. Thing we're using right now. Yeah, look at the towers. Here's Sedgwick, the Twin Acres here. We'll cross Sedgwick. Yeah, Sedgwick Street. Since the snow's coming down, we'll head past these pretty houses here on Eugenie. There's the South Language Academy. Yeah, this is the Twin Acres. Twin Acres right here on Sedgwick and Eugenie. This great ribs place. Frank Sinatra used to eat here. It's been here for a long time. It's been in movies with Bonnie Hunt there. Return to Me. They use that as for many scenes in that movie. Yeah, I was there in the morning. Yeah, we showed the steam on the river, if you saw that. Ernesto, I think, also probably showed the steam yesterday. It was probably either me or Ernesto. I think Ernesto showed the steam. It was colder on Monday morning. I took the Monday morning off. But Tuesday morning, yeah, yesterday, that was me. And I'm heading to that same general area I work down there. That's where we're walking. We're starting here in Lincoln Park. We're heading down to Central Business District here in Chicago, the Loop, or near the Loop. We'll go through River North eventually. But here now we're in the Old Town Triangle. Look, there's the yellow house with the blue door. It's nice housing here on Eugenie Street. Yeah, I think Lincoln Park, the band, I think it comes from California. There's other Lincoln Parks. Just like there's other Fullertons, like I live, Fullerton Avenue, Parkway, Chicago. There's Fullerton, California. These names get used over and over. Lincoln Park spells it differently, the band. Yeah, Lincoln Park's named after Abraham Lincoln. And I'm sure in some weird way Lincoln Park the band is too, but it's just they spell it differently. Like Lincoln Logs. Lincoln Logs. Here's, but here, see how they took the storefronts and converted it to housing here on North Park and Eugenie Street. Yeah, let's head down this way. Let's go down North Park here. Yeah, what are you calling ghetto? I know. Yeah, I live in the rich, gentrified north side. Yeah, I know. And we talk about it a lot. I do have content in the south and west side. You can check out my reruns there. You know, we have gone to Parkway Gardens. We have, you know, check out. There's so many Chicago live streamers besides me that go all over the city too. But hey, thanks for checking out our content here. Just heading to work here on a Wednesday, walking to work. The walking lifestyle. I don't own the car. That's more what this is about. The links I will go to, not use a car, but take transit, ride bikes. People even ride bikes in the wintertime. We take the long way to get there eventually. I'm not in any hurry. Yeah, Southern Illinois. That's why. Yeah, that's the. You're like, go to the south side. How about go to, you know, Carbondale. Go to Cairo. Go to Effingham. Go down to the southern part of Illinois. I grew up in the southern part of Indiana, so I can relate. I'm a country boy that moved to the city, so this is my 27th winter in Chicago, so I have lived over half my life here, but I'm a fool for the city here. High taxes, high crime, you're like, are you crazy? I like cities. Cities are interesting to me. Here's the snow coming down. Hey, we got light snow here in Chicago, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me put up I'm not even using my hood to cover my pretty head here. Yeah, let's go ahead over past the, this is North Avenue. North Avenue, you got an exercise club here. Hey, look at this garbage truck. It just backs right in that alley there. Yeah. Very nice here. City it works. Always something going on. Yeah, Windy City. Patsy, how you doing there? Joey, Nate, Tennessee's tuning in. Gene, yeah. So hey, light snow here in Chicago. There's the snow plow. Yeah, we got 28 degrees, -2 Celsius. People going into the parking garage here. This is the Second City parking garage, North Avenue. There's the Old Town Ale House across the way, that nice building with the corner turret there. Old Town Ale House, they got all the paintings on the wall. Check it out, here's the Second City. This used to be the movie theater, but they adapted it to the Second City Theater, improv comedy here. All the Saturday Night Live greats that come through here, 230 West North Avenue. Second City, here we're at North and Wells. We'll head down Old Town here. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, naked on the beach. There you go, good. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying the day there. Yeah, enjoy the summer, that's great. I'm enjoying this too, just not as much as you. That's good. So here we'll cross the street here. We're at Wells and North Avenue here, Old Town Chicago. Just waiting for the left turn. There, we got the light there. Good. Hey, well, thanks for checking out Chicago. And not everybody gets here. People, you know, they're like, is this New York? They're like, no. You know, they're not going to confuse us with Los Angeles. You know, but here's the second city. There's North Avenue, 1600 North, Professor Pizza. The Utopian Tailgates up there, Second City, improv, comedy. All the Saturday Night Live gates. We're just waiting across the street. We'll go down into Old Town here, Wells Street. Yeah, this is, well, that's why, you know, it's one of the few cities like I you can live here without a car. It's what makes it, there's some transit, not as much as New York, but at least enough. Yeah, the old Piper's Alley. Yeah, the old Piper's Alley was right there. And we had a bunch of head shops, and they had eclectic restaurants. There used to be a Ripley's, believe it or not, in Old Town. Old Town's changed a lot. This is the more expensive, gentrified version of Old Town. The Breeding Green used to be all over there, so when we moved that, it had a lot to do with it too. Yeah, thanks, Michael. Keep the faith there. All we need is love. Old Town. Here's the Old Town signage here. Wells Street, south and north. Got some snow coming down here. Where it all started. Hey, Chicago house music. Yeah, Papa Smoke. Yeah, we celebrated last 2 years ago. We celebrated 40 years of house music. So I guess now this is going to be the 42nd year of house music in Chicago. Yeah, all the great Frankie Knuckles and all the Chicago house legends started it all. Born and raised, there you go. Gloria, thanks, yeah, thanks. Native Chicago. Frankie, yeah, Frankie Knuckles, yeah. I got to see him before he passed. I was living in Chicago. It was about 2010 or 2009 it must have been. He was playing at the Millennium Park. And we were like, we better go see him, and I'm glad we did, because he wasn't around too much longer after that. We'll miss him. Frankie Knuckles, one of the founders of Chicago house music. And yeah, we're on Wells Street here. We're going by the big 28 degrees. We got 7:07 in the AM heading to work here on a Wednesday, just taking our time. No hurry. We'll get there when we get there. Hey, people riding the bikes here on Wells Street. Ogie's Bar. Brazil, how you doing there? Vinci. Yeah. Vinci. The Sal area. Yeah, Gloria. Yeah, the financial district, yeah. Board of Trade. So Chicago's in the state of Illinois. So Chicago is in Illinois, United States of America, land of Lincoln. Here's Frame Hamlet. Hey, thanks for tuning in here. Light snow, not too bad. Just enough to make your nose tickle. Yeah, I don't know if Oprah has a restaurant. I don't know of any. She left the city 15 years ago. She was more associated with the city when she filmed. Her Harpo Studios were on the west side. Now that's the McDonald's corporate headquarters. They tore down the Harpo studio warehouse where Oprah had her studios. It's now, there's the McDonald's there. You get all the McDonald's from around the world. Hamburger University's there. And the West Loop. I think it's on Randolph. This is Burton Place. Burton Place. I'm not going to walk on the sidewalk because it'll be slippery. It's really slippery where these tiles are when it gets wet and snowy like this. So we'll walk in the asphalt here. Here's Burton Place. These nice. Look at these houses here. They what's his name? can't think of his name here. It's too early in the morning. Nah, be careful where I step. It's very slick right there. So, yeah. See how they had the tile there. Yeah, they used to call this the Carl Street Studios. No. But then now it's Burton Place, the Opal Studios. And there was the interior designer, architect that was associated with this. He did all the stain, or the, yeah, the glass work with the windows. This is the South Street. There's the South Street, the Carl Sandburg Village here. Chicago, Illinois, we get some wind. Yeah, once we get around these tall buildings, there's always wind. Edgar Miller is the guy's name I was trying to think of there. Maybe somebody said it there. Edgar Miller is associated with these buildings here. We're in place here, Old Town. Yeah, the buses. Oh, we missed the bus, the big long bus, yeah. We get the big double accordion bus. Oh, we missed the bus. Here it is. Here, look at this deserted plaza. Look, there's the John Hancock. Can you see the John Hancock through the trees? It looks nice in the snow there. It's kind of wispy there. Look at that. Can barely hear me? Yeah. Well, the wind makes it hard. So sometimes when the wind blows, it's hard to hear me. Thanks for powering through the wind. This is the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. So we're around these taller residential buildings, so the wind's gonna collect here. But hey, thanks for dealing with that. This is a very low fidelity, as simple as possible. 51 degrees there, SoCal. That's great. That's not bad. The rain. Yeah. Yeah, Gloria. Cold in Florida. Yeah, I heard the iguanas were dropping out of the trees. It was cold snap in northern Florida. Even made it down towards Miami. Got down to 75. It was cold. It's all relative. It's all relative. Yeah, good morning. One marvelous Jesus. Yeah, nice apartments there. Papa Smoke here. Yeah, these are called the Carl Sandburg Village. Yeah, these are condos and apartments. They went market rate. They were originally like public housing, but that only lasted in 1979, long before I moved here. But you know, they got these interesting mid-century modern townhomes. It's a modernist take on a townhome on a pedestrian-only plaza. They got these kiosks. No one uses kiosks anymore. The classifieds. It's nice. It's just there's never too many people here. It's like these empty plazas. This is always a criticism of the. I think there's parking underneath this, so maybe this is the type of green roof. Maybe the parking's just under the buildings. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty sterile. Yeah, this is, you know, the super block. So we see the different, how neighborhoods changed over time. They tore down a bunch of housing along Clark Street to build this. It was the spirit of urban renewal. They considered it a blight, and they built this to replace it. And it pushed out a community. Another one replaced it. It's always what happens. Neighborhoods change over time. But here's Yeah, Schiller Street. Let's see if we can get across here. We're at Schiller and Clark Street. Here's Clark Street. Looking north there. Yeah, we'll head into the Gold Coast here. So there's the Carl Sandburg Village, all these towers here, Chicago, Illinois. And we just came out of Old Town here. So different. Colorado Springs. No snow in Colorado Springs. Yeah, it's been warmer in Denver. Even up to Edmonton, it was warmer. The front range there, for some reason, the batch of warmer air just snuck up the mountains there. Yeah, we got 28 degrees. We got 28 degrees Fahrenheit, -2 Celsius, whatever that translates to. This is Schiller Street. I'm heading over to Dearborn here. Yeah, this is mainly a residential area. So these are all condos. And then some of these, this is an apartment building. This is always an apartment building. It goes back to the 1890s. We got to tour that. This is a multi-family apartment. But these are single-family residential. These are very expensive $10 million mansions, as you can imagine, at least. Very prominent addresses here in, that's why they call it the Gold Coast of Chicago. It's just north of the Michigan Avenue area. I walk through here on my way to work, so very photogenic section of the city here. And so we'll take a right here, and we'll head down Dearborn. Yeah, these are single-family residential townhomes, and here the beautiful. People decorate so nice for the holidays here. But this is apartment building. We got snow coming down here, Chicago, Illinois, Dearborn Street, south of Schiller, Gold Coast, Chicago. 28 degrees Fahrenheit, -5 Celsius, 7:17 in the AM. Double tap the screen there. Give me a thumbs up there. Time and temp. Your weather on the 7s here, 7:17 in the AM. Time zone. Yeah, nice apartments. Yeah, Chris and Maddie. Yeah, Chris. MBT. Here's, like they got the gazelle on the wall there. Taxidermy. Yeah, we'll sneak across the street here. We got the bike lanes. I use these bike lanes sometimes. Heading up Dearborn Street. It's a good way to get down to the loop from the park. Nice tree-covered streets here. Yeah, the old ones. Yeah, we like the old buildings. What's left? Joey. Yeah, the rain. MPT. Regulars. Here, look at the nice garland here. The big bay window. Yeah, these nice residential buildings here, Dearborn Street, Gold Coast, Chicago. Makes my job easy just filming this stuff. Just walking down the street. It's free to walk down the street. Talking to Pops. Yeah. Blow drying your hair. There you go. Look at the keyhole windows here. Yeah, this beautiful Moorish revival style here. 1325 North. Dearborn Street, the turquoise windows. Look at that. Yeah, across the way, everywhere you look. That's why it's nice walking down this street with the light snow. It's snowing. 7:19. Oh, the Disney house. Hey, there you go. Where are you? Hello, it's me. Yeah, it's cold even in the winter. I mean, it's beautiful even in the wintertime, even though it's cold. Positives and negatives, everything. You wouldn't get to see this snow, this dreary day. The mist. Thanks, Ray. Thanks for the compliment there. Appreciate it. Thailand's tuning in there. Restless Mind, how you doing? Another big apartment building here. Density of the Loop, or the Gold Coast. Mario's table. Casual Italian. Sit outside. Peaceful walk, yeah. Oh, really? Heinz Hospital? Huh. Yeah, City Girls. It's like the Beach Boys song there, the Midwestern girls that keep you warm at night. Let's see. Yeah. Great Wednesday there, Nelios. How you doing there? Good morning. Yeah, Pete from Hazlitt. How you doing there? 4 inches. You got 4 inches of snow in Hazlitt. Yeah. Hazlitt, Michigan. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, the Lansing area there. There's this is yeah, Ernest Hemingway lived on the 4th floor there, the top floor with the mansard roof there with his first wife, Hadley Richardson. Here it is. There should be a historic marker here, but there's not. 1239 North Dearborn, Ernest Hemingway. We've gone inside there. He's nice. I like the Gothic windows there. Combinations of styles. There's the Cabot House. Hey, we got light snow here, Chicago, Illinois, 28 degrees Fahrenheit, -2 Celsius. 721, hit the thumbs up there, thank you. Appreciate it. Double tap the screen. At least for the snow. Not for me. Yeah. Wes, how you doing there? Bonjour. Yeah, it's shining. Yeah, one golden newbie in there. Naya Papaya. Everybody's in the house here. Yeah. White Sox fan. There you go. Yeah, St. Louis. Ray, good morning. 23 in Virginia. Mary, thanks for tuning in from Virginia. That's good. Hey, still got the Bears flags out here. Chicago flag. I want to start the countdown to St. Patrick's Day. I know we got 2 months to go, but Chinese New Year's coming up beginning of February, or middle of February. Here's, yeah, look at those garlands there. They still got the Christmas stuff. Mothers, get your mother's tattoo on your arm. Bush McGuire's. Yeah, we'll head around the vision here. Yeah, Brian with the Y. I always have to do it. They're like, how do you spell it? Brian with an I. And Brian with a Y, they'll say Brian, Brain, B-R-A-I-N. I mean, you can call me Brain, that's fine. B-R-A-I-N. Great Brain. There's Pinky and the Brain. Here's Mother's on Division Street here. Bush McGuire's. Yeah, they still got all the Christmas stuff there, the Christmas train. We talked to David. He gave us the whole spiel there. Hey, look how nice this is. Bush McGuire's. They decorate so nice. You get the Christmas in your mouth. I guess they still got that drink. There, look at the snow. It doesn't look nice under the big bulbs. See, it's still Christmas in Chicago. There you got the Christmas train. The bar there. Here's the Shenanigans. Tom Smith, the Lodge. We'll cross the street here. Here we cross. Yeah, we're going the Lodge. Tom Smith. These clubs here, restaurants. West Side, Jimmy's. Yeah, Jimmy's on Grand and Pulaski there. Hey, Pop Shop. You know, hey, that's great. Yeah, David, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in from SoCal there. That's great. Very nice. Yeah. Compton. Yeah, it is warmer. It 28, trust me, 28 degrees feels a lot warmer than 6. Your skin notices the difference. We're closer to, there's liquid water. I mean, there's so much salt on the street and sidewalks that it's not even frozen on the ground here. So we got light snow here, Chicago, Illinois. We just turned from Division 2000, no, 1200 north. 1200 north. We're heading down State Street in Chicago. We're gonna cut over on Rush. 7:25 in the AM here. Oh, the Gold Coast. Red line runs underneath us here. Hey, West Side, that's good. Vivian, good morning. Spring Village, Arkansas. Hey, Hot Springs. We were just in Hot Springs. Went down to Texas. I got reruns. The nice national park there. The beautiful buildings, Hot Springs. Yeah, I liked Hot Springs. Got 2 reruns on there. Yeah, internet can bring us all together. Loyalty. Sheboygan, hey, thanks for tuning in from Sheboygan there. Congress, hey, you're putting the placard, it's election season already. Yeah, I guess there's the primaries coming up in February or March, right? The primaries to get on the ballot, yeah, coming up soon. So I think they may tear this building down. I'll try to get more information. I've heard a rumor that the developer wants both the Lou Malnati's, and notice, to me the clearest indication is they took the Malnati's off the sign there, not this one, and Lou Malnati's might go to a different location here. But here we're on State and Rush and Cedar. There's the John Hancock, 875 North Michigan. This view you get coming down Rush Street. We're heading that way generally. There, OCS across the street here. This is Cedar Street, Chicago, Illinois. Let's get physical. Yeah, we'll cross here, across Cedar. But there might be another condo building right there. Hey, the dog's all dressed up there, got the booties on. So if you just joined this Chicago, we're by Mariano Park. This is where Rush Street breaks off from State Street. We're heading towards Michigan Avenue. Eventually, we'll probably pop out at the water tower there. Yeah, Carmine's is expected to open anytime. People were looking to see if it was open last night. See on the second level where it looks like there's that tent, there's the outdoor heated area for Carmine's Italian restaurant. It's above the cloud. It used to be on the ground level, they tore it down, but this will be the new entrance to Carmine's whenever it reopens. Looks like they're getting ready here. 1037 North Rush Street, Carmine's. And it's right, you know, Bellevue, Tavern Rush, Gibson's, Hugo's Frog Bar, all these places. Lux Bar, Pancake House. Yeah, I love Boston. I would love to do some more live streaming in Boston. I haven't live streamed in Boston because I was there years ago, but yeah, I'd love to go back. There's areas of Chicago that remind people of Boston and vice versa, like the Back Bay area. Kind of looks like the Gold Coast. But yeah, there's even more historic areas in Boston. It's an older colonial city. You go to the Bunker Hill and all that stuff. It's really nice. So, Beacon Hill, excuse me, Beacon Hill. There's Hugo's Frog Bar. But we're in Chicago. There's the walled-off Astoria Tower there. Off in the distance there, Hugo's Frog Bar. We just went by Gibson's. Frank Sinatra used to hang out there. We're heading down Rush Street, Tavern Rush. That's a pretty nice looking building there. There's condos at the top. Los Angeles, how you doing there, Juan? Yeah, Anna. More than a feeling. More than a feeling. Isn't it funny how little phrases can trigger things in your brain? There, we're back at Oak and Rush here. Center of the fashion universe. At least for Chicago. Prada, Hermes, Cartier. New Zealand, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Checking out the snow coming down. Yeah, pretty snow. At 7:30 on the dot. Yeah, let's do some window shopping here. We'll head down Oak Street here. We'll just look in the windows, see how the other half lives. They had the lights on at night. They must have just turned them on. There's Marc Jacobs. Oh, Armani. Get your Armani suit there. Lafayette. Hey, Detroit's tuning in. Yeah, the other 1%. Yeah. Detroit, how you doing there? Hey, Kathy. Yeah, other people. Detroit. Yeah. Germany. Sunny Germany. Yeah, Regina, how you doing there? Marta. There's Bodega Vignetta. Yeah. Wow, look at those rings. Hey, Bravco Beauty. Say hello to Michael. There's, yeah, get your astrology. Tory Burch. La Leak. Am I saying this right? Yeah, what do we got here? There's the Esquire Theater. This is Oak Street, Chicago, Illinois. VMR. Here's a place for rent. Yeah, that's nice outfits here. Lowe. Go to Lowe. Harry Winston. Very imposing door. Getting melted into that door. Hey, look Colonial. Look Colonial restaurant. It's a Vietnamese French fusion. Look Colonial right here on Oak Street, across from the Esquire Theater marquee. Montclair, get your coat. Van Cleef, get your jewelry. Chanel, number 6. They're all boarded up. This is the United States of America. Thanks for tuning in to Chicago here, Dolce & Gabbana. Yeah, it seems like we're in Italy, but we're not. Man, have a great Wednesday. Yeah, I never heard of him. No appointment necessary. There you go, Chris. Yeah. Go to the Alamo. It's in the basement. Here, Graf. Go to Graf Jewelers here. Richard Millet, Rosny Jewelers. Bathing Ape. Geneva Seal. So here we'll cross, we'll go down Michigan Avenue here. We're on Oak Street. Very light snow here in Chicago, 28 degrees Fahrenheit, -2 Celsius, not too bad. Pretty snow coming down. Wind's not too bad. We'll see how bad it is once I turn on Michigan Avenue, walk down the Skyscraper Canyon there. But hey, we got 7:33 in the AM. Heading to work here on Wednesday. Alvin's tuning in. Alvin, yeah. Good morning. Chris Prime. So here, Todd's. Get your shoes and purse. I guess they sell leather. There I am. Hey, how you doing? We'll do a fit check. Wow, look how nice I look there. Who's that man in the mirror? I didn't break it. Here, Joe and the Juice. One Magnificent Mile. Hey, one Golden Newman, do you see that? Yeah. Got to be on your toes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's cold. But believe me, it feels much better than earlier this week. By Monday, man, it really took a toll. I don't know how Ernie did it for 3 hours in the morning there. It was about killed me yesterday. Or no, we did walk. I waited till noontime. It sucked the battery out of my phone, the battery out of my soul. Build a little birdhouse for your soul here. Welcome to Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. We're here at Walton, Michigan. Light snow here on January the 21st, 2026. We're heading to work. Here, let's get across the street here. Light's about to change. There's the John Hancock, 875 North Michigan. See, we've been seeing that in the background all the way here. Now we're almost underneath it. Understory tall, 1,100 feet tall. There's an observation deck on the 94th Michigan Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, the blue jacket, the Columbia jacket, you know, everybody knows this is blue. You know, I just like that it has the silver lining for the body heat. It you know, it reflects your body heat. It's like a ski jacket and a very warm coat. But it's almost so warm it can make you sweat at times. You know, it's like wearing a wrestling sweatsuit. You know, it holds in your moisture. Here's Michigan and Delaware. So hey, Chicago, Illinois, 900 North Michigan. We just walked by all these shops here. Bloomingdale's Mall in Chicago, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Light snow, not too bad. I can handle this snow. This doesn't damage my equipment. When it gets heavy, you're streaming okay, good. Wearing a lunchbox, yeah. Insulated, yeah, you got it. There it is, John Hancock. 875 North Michigan. Here's the 4th Presbyterian Church, my best friend's wedding. Yeah, look at the lights here. Hey, the Christmas lights are still on, so we can see the Christmas lights with the light snow here in Michigan Avenue. Thanks for tuning in. Here we go, the big long bus, 147 Express. There, Michigan Avenue. Nice little courtyard with the fountain right there. Yeah, church is still here. England's tuning. See, Ham, England here. How you doing there, Gerald? Your husband's from Michigan? Gloria, how you doing there? Maryland's tuning in. Or D. Michael said hello to somebody from Maryland that I missed there. Thanks for tuning in there. So, let's see here. Yeah, here's the John Hancock. Here's the water tower. Here's across here. Mike Dick away. This is Chestnut, Joey Chestnut Street. That's what I call it. But, yeah, Mike Dick had his restaurant right there, but it's that one in Oakbrook in the suburbs, I think, still. There's the water tower. Yeah, Marshall Fields became Macy's. Yeah, that's right. South Dakota. Yeah, they're leaving them up. They usually leave them up through January. Yeah, Hubert tells me like a bank, a big like investment bank's going in here, so hopefully they'll, yeah, they did change the curtain wall. They made some changes here. They're working on it. This is the new investment bank building that's going in here, I think on the corner. So here's the water tower. We'll check out the Christmas tree, and we'll just wait for this traffic to move out of here. This is Pearson Street. Gangburn Park here. The water tower survived the 1871 Great Chicago Fire. It was built in 1869. They still got, look, we got the Christmas tree. We got the lights on the tree. Light snow here. Welcome to Chicago, 28 degrees Fahrenheit, -2 Celsius. Chicago water tower. We were here on Monday at lunchtime. Hey, there's the Christmas tree. Big castle. Hey, we got the, I posted the rerun of this Scottish bagpiper playing over there on Chicago Avenue. We walked over here. It looked like the Castles of Edinburgh here. Here's look at the Christmas tree here. Chicago, Illinois, the water tower. Nomi restaurant. Park Hyatt, there it is. See with the water tower, or the John Hancock, the water tower. Hey, we'll head over, we'll cross Chicago Avenue. We can get across before the light changes. Yeah, supper. Rotating business. Yeah, good morning, how you doing? Yeah, I wish they would leave them up year round. That'd be nice too. It kind of makes it hard when you get leaves on the trees, but usually that's what forces them to take them down. They want them down before the trees start budding out. Here we'll cross here. See, they got the lights in the pump house for the water tower as well. There's the John Hancock, and that's the Ritz-Carlton Hotel and Residences here in Chicago. Michigan Avenue, Chicago Avenue, water tower. There it is. Reunion Island, that's great. Bronski, how you doing? Very nice. Wow, Reunion Island, Victorian, yeah, I love the buildings, yeah. Yeah, we got some nice, beautiful housing, especially in the Gold Coast there. And Lincoln Park has some nice ones too. All over the city, there's some beautiful housing. Talk about Kenwood and the South Side and Hyde Park. So, hey, Michigan Avenue, Chicago. Get the lights. All the new lights. The gleaming lights of Michigan Avenue on a snowy morning. Yeah, this is home. Checking out scenes of the city here. Vince Vaughn and Christina Applegate. At Mike's, hey, I bet that was great. Yeah, Vince Vaughn used to live in the former Playboy building. It's now residential. I think he sold his units, but yeah, Vince Vaughn's, of course, associate with Chicago. Christina Applegate, that is great. Of course, she's associated with Chicago with Married with Children. Al Bundy, every time I film the Buckingham Fountain, people are like, Married with Children. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, very nice. So here's Michigan Avenue. The lights are still here. Thanks for tuning in here. We got 7:42. I'm just heading to work. We'll head across the river. I don't think the steam will be coming off the river today. It's too warm. The snowflakes are hitting my nose and making it tickle. Yeah, good morning. Yeah, so the time is 7:42 in the a.m. Chicago Central Time. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Yeah, we're going by Neiman Marcus. For now, there's the Geno's East. Geno's East is down that way. This is Superior. Across, there's the one Chicago Tower, Saks Fifth Avenue. This is this abandoned mall. It's going to be really abandoned if Saks moves out of there. But we'll see what happens. Here's the ALO. Hello. Used to shop. Yeah, Patsy. Hey, your old shopping grounds. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, Married with Children. Yeah, that's it. Your sister came here for some reason. Yeah, maybe to shop. Great place to shop here in the Midwest. This is probably the largest concentration of high-end shops in the Midwest. You know, you got to go to New York or LA. You got to go to Beverly Hills or Fifth Avenue in New York to get a bigger concentration of high-end shops. Maybe Miami, Florida has as many places where wealthy people collect. But here, let's cross Huron, Michigan Avenue. There's the Harry Potter store. Chicago, we'll get off the street here. This light's about to change. Just made it. About to run me over. There, all the Streeterville. Here's the Allerton Tip Tap Tap. It's a hotel right now, Michigan Avenue. There's the Park Hyatt, Michigan. Huron, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, we'll go by the H&M. Here's the Converse store, Nike Town. Got the blue lights. Yeah, you got some nice places in Vegas. Yeah, Vegas has a lot of. Probably you're right. Las Vegas has a probably higher concentration of high-end shops than Chicago because of all the money that's attracted there at the casinos, just like the restaurants that gather there. And so that's probably it. Yeah, New York, LA, Las Vegas, and then Chicago are probably the top 4 shopping destination cities, if you can afford it, for the high-end stuff. And then it drops off the map. You got to go to Europe or Asia, get the big brands. Middle East, I guess. You can shop in Dubai. I'm sure Dubai has all the good major brands. Here's Starbucks. Here's Starbucks. Giant Starbucks in Chicago, Great Barrel. And we're at the Erie and Michigan Avenue here, Chicago, Illinois, 28 degrees, 7:46 a.m. How you doing? So the snow seems to be tapering off. It was some light snow as I was walking in here, but it's mercifully coming to a close here. I think it's just going to be cloudy all day. It's supposed to get up to 30 degrees maybe. Warmest day of the week. It's supposed to cool back down before Friday. Wow, 60,000 on shoes. Wow, fancy. Yeah, that's great. When Las Vegas, yeah, boutique stores, you're right. Damn, GMJ. Nah, people telling jokes. Yeah, the snow only on Christmas, yeah. We should put a moratorium on snow here now that we're past Christmas. We're done with it. Yeah, this snow wasn't too bad. Didn't even stick to the streets. It just little bitty snowflakes. And Ontario, Michigan. We still got all this Christmas garland up and stuff. Hey, we'll take it. Yeah, good morning there, Doreen. How you doing? Iran's tuning in. How you doing? Well, how are things going in Iran? I hear it's pretty bad. Is the internet back on? I hope it is. Let's see. We're in Michigan Avenue here, Chicago. Who's tuning in from Davos, Switzerland? Who's a Davos man there, carving up the world, making deals? CNBC's covering it 24/7. Jim Cramer's there, Davos man. Jamie Dimon, Davos man. Here comes sirens. Capitalism lifts all boats, right? Just lifts some yachts a little further. Here comes the sirens. Here comes the sirens here. But, yeah, thanks for tuning in, Chicago. This is the traffic coming off of the Kennedy here, Ohio Street. Wait for the traffic. Just checking out the Streetwalking. Is that a bear? Where's the bear at? I miss a bear. Ernie and Jose saw 3 coyotes at Ohio Street Beach on Monday. Let's see here. No, on Sunday. It was on Sunday. Excuse me. Move track of the days here. Here, Ohio Street, Michigan. We'll cross here. We'll head across the Chicago River. Get some nice views of the vintage skyscrapers here, and then we'll head to work here. 7:48. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to Chicago, Illinois. United States of America, Flat Earth. We got 28 degrees Fahrenheit, -2 Celsius. 7:49 in the a.m. Hit the thumbs up here if you like this. And we're going to head to work. I guess we'll be on at noon to 1 probably. I'll probably take Friday off some of the day. It's so cold. We're on a Wednesday here. Yeah, there's a polar plunge supposedly on Sunday at Oak Street Beach. I think it's noon. I'm not going in the water. I don't know if I'll get motivated to film it or not. Depends. And we'll probably do it on TikTok if we do, because it's on the weekend. Give my mods a break. They can just watch if they want. And yeah, here's I just like it. Just you get the same comment over and over again is what it is. Anytime you film something like that, somebody's like, "Are you going in the water?" Then you gotta say no. And then, "Are you going in the water?" For hours, you gotta answer that question over and over again. If you don't, people are like, "You're not answering my question." So that's right. Been walking all day. Baby, I'm tired. That don't befriend me. There's the Intercontinental Hotel. Used to be the Medina Athletic Association. They got the lanterns out for Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year's coming up here, February, Chinatown. Get you some more information on that. Anthony, how you doing there? No, I'm not going to go in the water. I just film it. I'm just not into it. I know it's for a good cause. You know, you can still donate to charity without going in the water. You know, I figure if I promote it, that's participating. Here's Michael Jordan Steakhouse, Michigan Avenue, 751. Yeah, I know the 4th of July. It's still cold. It's still cold at the 4th of July. I agree. Yeah, it's only warm for swimming like a little 2-month period in August and September, and that's it. And even then, it's not even that warm. It's a cold lake. About to freeze over. Here's who started all this polar plunge stuff. Well, Jose was filming there on Sunday when they saw the Coyotes. And the Bears game was going on, and there was somebody that jumped in the water then on their own. They were just doing it to, I guess, for health reasons. Some people take like an ice bath, or it's like a Joe Rogan challenge or something. I don't know. Here's but here, welcome to Chicago. The Nathaniel Hale sculpture here. You see the vintage skyscrapers. The southern end of the Magnificent Mile here. This is the Tribune Tower. Look at that entrance there. Amazing detail. Turn these into residences, but across the way you see look at those vintage skyscrapers. Mather Tower, London House, the Jewelers Building. Look at that. Thanks for tuning in here, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, right across the Chicago River, Michigan Avenue. Beautiful vintage skyscrapers. Yeah, there's multiple plunges. There's another plunge in March. There's probably other cities, other areas, and other times. Yeah, Scandinavians, yeah. You have to get the cold, acclimate your system to cold shocks, hypothermia. There's the Wrigley Building with the Trump Tower behind it here in Chicago, Illinois. 7:53 in the a.m. here. We got 28 degrees. We had some light snow, but it's calmed down. We're just heading to work here. We're going to cross the Chicago River at Michigan here. Yeah, we saw a protest on Monday, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I got a 2-minute clip on it there. You could see it on TikTok and YouTube. I spent about 15 minutes there. They did end up marching down Michigan Avenue, but I had to go to work, so I timed my walk to catch that. But yeah, there was a vigil the weekend before at Oz Park. We caught that too for Renee Nicole Good, and we know that debate's still going on. They're indicting the local officials there. I think the president's in Davos, hanging out with the Davos men there, dividing up the world there, pissing off NATO. Here's the Wrigley Building, clock tower. Hey, we're in Chicago here, heading to work. Say here too much. Here's the Jean-Baptiste Pointe du Sable statue here. You got some snow on him. There's the Native Americans guided Joliet and Marquette. Borders from Mississippi there, or at least help them get back. Hey, it looks like the sun's trying to come out. Huh. Here's this nice Chicago Loop skyline here from Michigan Avenue. That's Chicago River. Yeah, it's often windy here. Luckily, it's not windy this morning. Pretty calm here. There's the Chicago River. There's the St. Regis. The tall blue building there, Jeannie Gang's the architect. And there's the Mies van der Rohe building right there. The Chicago Architecture Center, 333 North Michigan, it's Art Deco. There's the London House. There's the Trump Tower, second tallest building in Chicago. There's the Lincoln building. Oh, plus almost got it. I'm gonna head to work. I work down here. Maybe at lunchtime we'll check out the river walk. Head through the loop. See what's shaking. Yeah, we got to find the Chief Robinson plaque there, Potawatomi. That's why Jean-Baptiste Pointe du Sable, his wife was Potawatomi. Her name was Kitty Hawa, and he married into the tribe. It's often a lot of fur traders did that the French colonial period to get favored trading access from his in-laws there, and they had children, moved across Louisiana, purchased there when the Potawatomi. Even before Potawatomi had to move out of this area, there's still Potawatomi in this area this day. You go to the casino there in Michigan and up in Wisconsin. Yeah, there used to be a big banner here that says you were on Potawatomi land, and that's where Kitty Hawa and Jean-Baptiste Pointe du Sable had a cabin right there. Here's the Wrigley Building and the Tribune Tower here, Chicago, Illinois. Magnificent Mile. Thanks for tuning in. And free water, giving away the water for free. They got the bridge named after Jean-Baptiste Pointe du Sable here, Michigan Avenue. There we'll cross, we'll make a left here, cross Wacker Drive. This is where the Battle of Fort Dearborn happened. The Potawatomi destroyed Fort Dearborn in the War of 1812. It was an Indian fort. And it took until the 1830s for the Americans to reestablish a community here. And of course the Potawatomi West, for the indigenous people who lived here at that time, and still do. Here's Michigan Avenue. Yeah, the trading post, yeah. Mouth of the Chicago. That's that. It was a fur trading post, you're right. First with the French, and then with the British, and then with the Americans. And that's why Kinsey came here and bought the improvements that Jean-Baptiste Pointe du Sable made. And there's the Mather Tower. But briefly, that was the tallest building in Chicago in like 1928. And the Board of Trade was taller. This is Michigan Avenue. Yeah, good info. Thanks, Johnny. Before Northwest Side by the burial ground, Lawrence and East River Road. Thanks for the information there. So there's a plaque at the Robinson Woods, the far northwest side of the burial ground at Lawrence and East River Road. Okay, good. Thanks for that. I know the American Indian Center is now at the, you go take the Brown Line to Kimball and get off there. It's right there. And yeah, we'll look into that. That's good. Thanks for the good information there. I like that stuff. So here's, yeah, there's the Citizen M, the Carbide Carbon Avenue. Thanks for tuning in. Hope everybody has a good day here. Thanks for checking out Chicago. 28 degrees. We'll be on at lunchtime here. And yeah, 7:59. I'm gonna make it. We'll see if they put that Portillo's in there. They're talking about putting the Portillo's on the ground floor. We'll see if it happens. It might be a few months. Carbide and Carbon building. It's beautiful Art Deco. Skyscraper. 1928-29. Built by, or designed by the sons of Daniel Burnham. There we'll cross Water Street. Connect to Wacker. Drive that way. Yeah, we'll go to the Salesforce Tower. So, hey, thanks, mods. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in here. If you like this content, hit the thumbs up there. You can check out the reruns on the live tab on YouTube. We clip out stuff on TikTok, but not everything. good to follow both their YouTube, TikTok. I'm also on Substack, but I procrastinate. I need to put some more content on there. We're working on that. And thanks for checking out the reruns here. Thanks to my team and everybody else, regulars. Have a good Wednesday from Chicago again, 8 o'clock on the dot, 28 degrees, -2 Celsius, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. Have a good day. January the 21st, 2026. Make the most of it there. There's the Johnson mural. Yeah, there's the Wrigley building. We'll see you later here from Chicago. Have a great day, everybody. See you, everybody. Thanks. Yeah. See you, Grim. See you, Alvin, Denise, the Breeze, Bourbon Garden, Christy. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.